Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk in English on PTS.
Get ready to learn something new today. My name is Gabe.
And my name is Andrea. Our Hualien story continues today. We keep learning more about Chinese food and manners. So let's get started with today's keywords. Our first one is bean. Bean. Eat your beans, Joel. They are good for you.
Soup. Say it again. Soup. Charles likes eating hot soup on a cold day.
Coin. Coin. Diana doesn't have a lot of money. She only has a few coins.
True. True. Is it true that Marty has a new job? Well, is it true that we're going to review these keywords? Yes, it is. The first one is bean. Bean.
Soup. Soup.
Coin. Coin.
True. True. Now, is it true that Eddie has today's mission?
Well, let's go and ask him. Eddie, you won't let us down. You have the mission, right?
I always have the mission, and it's true. I have the mission.
Oh, good news, Eddie.
Is it true you'll give it to us now?
Sure.
All right, good.
Right, here it is. What is Paul playing with?
What is Paul playing with?
We'll find out today. Let's begin with our Read It paragraph.
After dinner, Aunt Susie brings out green bean soup. Brian is very excited. He loves green bean soup. Patty is surprised. She usually eats salty beans. She never eats beans for dessert. But she tries a little of the soup. She likes it. She asks for more green bean soup. The whole family enjoys the dessert together. Then Brian sees Paul. Paul is playing with a coin. Brian is not happy.
Well, you know, I understand how Patty feels. Before I came to Asia, I never had sweet beans. I would only eat salty beans.
You know, it takes time getting used to new food. If you're going to a new place, you have to eat the food a lot sometimes before you get used to it, before you start liking it.
Yes, that's right. Well, at the beginning of our Read It paragraph, Susie brings out green bean soup. Well, let's look at our keywords. The first one is bean. Bean. A bean is a kind of vegetable. Beans are very healthy, and there are many different kinds of beans that you can eat.
And of course, many snacks have green beans and other kinds of beans as well. So there are many different kinds of beans. Some beans are big, some beans are little, and most beans can taste good.
That is true. I like red bean soup. And in our Read It paragraph, we have green bean soup. But our keyword is soup. Soup. Soup is something that you drink. You can enjoy soup with a meal.
And if you have a cold, it's a good idea to drink chicken soup. That's good for when you have a cold.
That's a great idea, Gabe. Well, let's look at the next keyword. It is coin. Coin. A coin is a kind of money. You can hold a coin in your hand. It's heavier than paper money.
And when you go on public transportation, then you might need to pay with coins. You might have to pay some money, and usually you can pay with coins.
We find this key word in the answer to today's mission. The question is, what is Paul playing with?
What is Paul playing with? Paul is playing with a coin.
That's my coin, Paul.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
The coin is cool. It's gold.
Give it back, Paul.
I can share it with you.
But it's not yours to share. It's mine.
Brian, it's okay. If Paul wants to share it, let him.
But it's not his.
Both of you can have it. Brian, we can play with it together.
That's my pen, Gabe.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
This pen is cool. It's red.
Give it back, Gabe.
What? You can share it with me, can't you? Wait, Andrea, let's teach this. Let's teach give it back. That is a good phrase to know, and it's what Brian says to Paul. He says, give it back, Paul. He's talking about that coin, that gold coin.
If you give something to someone for them to use, but you want it back, then you can say, give it back. Now, I gave my pen to Gabe, but he didn't give it back to me, so I'm going to ask again. Maybe I'll be a little nicer this time. Gabe, give back my pen, please.
Oh, you said please?
Please.
Well, sure. Thank you for letting me use it. I will give it back to you.
Thank you for giving it back to me.
Thank you for sharing your pen. There is another good word. It's important to share or to know how to share. When you share something, that means you let somebody else use it or somebody else play with it. You share.
Often when I eat food, I like to share it with people. If I bake something, I like to share what I bake with my friends.
She makes a good dinner.
Paul, my teacher gave the coin to me. You were there.
Is that true, Paul? No, Mr. Lee gave it to me.
When did you take it from me, Paul?
What are you talking about? When did Mr. Lee give the coin to you, Paul? Let me think. He gave it to me on April 31st.
Then Paul is not the real owner.
Well, this is interesting. How does Patty know that Paul is not the real owner? Well, we will find out. First, let's look at that word owner. If you are the owner of something, that means it is yours.
And if you are the real owner of something, then it really is your thing. So Patty doesn't believe that Paul is the real owner. She thinks that Paul might be lying.
That is true. Maybe Paul is not saying what is true. Now, Gabe, are you the real owner of anything?
Yes, Andrea? I am the real owner of this red pen.
Gabe?
Yes.
No, you're not. That's my red pen. Give it back.
Here, you can have it back again.
Thank you. I am the real owner of this pen.
Yes, I guess that's true.
Yes, it is true. And that's a key word. Let's learn it together. True. True. If something is true, that means it is right. It is correct. It's true that this is my pen.
And you can also use this word when you're talking about someone who is a real friend. They are your true friend. A true friend is a good friend to you.
Sometimes you might answer true or false questions. If something is true, it is correct. If it is false, F-A-L-S-E, that means it is not true.
Well, Andrea, I have a true or false question for you.
Okay, what is it?
True or false? Susie is Patty's aunt.
That is true.
That is true. And true or false, that red pen is mine.
That is false, Gabe. I am the real owner.
Song time.
Ice cream lemonade, cold and delicious treats. Popsicles, mango ice, they just can't be beat. Iced tea, banana splits, it is so hard to choose. As long as it's refreshing, we will never lose.
Summertime is fun time with such good things to eat. That's why it's my favorite time to go and have a treat. Have a treat. Summertime is fun time with such good things to eat. That's why it's my favorite time to go and have a treat. And have a treat. Ice cream, lemonade, popsicles, mango ice, iced tea, banana splits, cold and delicious treats. Summertime is fun time with such good things to eat. That's why it's my favorite time to go and have a treat. Oh, summertime is fun time with such good things to eat. That's why it's my favorite time to go and have a treat. And have a treat.
Conversation replay.
After dinner, Aunt Susie brings out green bean soup. Brian is very excited. He loves green bean soup. Patty is surprised. She usually eats salty beans. She never eats beans for dessert. But she tries a little of the soup. She likes it. She asks for more green bean soup. The whole family enjoys the dessert together. Then Brian sees Paul. Paul is playing with a coin. Brian is not happy.
That's my coin, Paul.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
The coin is cool. It's gold.
Give it back, Paul.
I can share it with you.
But it's not yours to share. It's mine.
Brian, it's okay. If Paul wants to share, let him.
But it's not his.
Both of you can have it. Brian, we can play with it together.
Paul, my teacher gave the coin to me. You were there.
Is that true, Paul? No, Mr. Lee gave it to me.
When did you take it from me, Paul?
What are you talking about? When did Mr. Lee give the coin to you, Paul? Let me think. He gave it to me on April 31st.
Then Paul is not the real owner.
Calendar phrase.
Andrea, I'm better because I love to eat pizza.
No. I'm better because I love to eat Chinese food.
Well, I'm better because I love to eat hamburgers.
Well, I love to eat dessert.
You love to eat dessert?
Yes.
You win.
Yes, I win because I said the calendar phrase. It is, I love to eat dessert.
I love to eat dessert.
Dessert is something delicious and sweet that we eat after a meal. Gabe, do you love to eat dessert?
Andrea, I love to eat dessert. I love to eat sweet things after a meal.
Well, I love to learn more about our calendar phrases with our calendar phrase skit.
I love to eat dessert.
I love to eat dessert. Does anyone want ice cream?
Yes, I love to eat dessert.
I do too. Dan?
I love to eat dessert, but I don't like ice cream.
What? Why not?
It is too cold. I like warm desserts, like hot apple pie.
Oh, sorry. There isn't any apple pie.
Okay, you two will have to eat my dessert.
Sure! I love to eat dessert.
I love to eat dessert.
I love to eat dessert.
Well, we love to practice with our question of the day.
Yes, we do. Hey, Eddie.
Here it is. Do you like to share your things with others? Why or why not?
Do you like to share your things with others? Why or why not?
Well, I think it's a good idea to share some things with others, but it's not always easy.
Friends, thank you for joining us here today on Let's Talk in English on PTS, where
Learning English can be fun.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.